And I know it was very early on. I really think it was in Keto Salt Lake that you guys told me that you had been traveling the world doing scuba diving and having a great time doing it. I swear it was that conference that you said, we're done scuba diving. We're just going to do this because this is great. And that was your only second conference.
We did yeah, low carb in Boca. And as a matter of fact, go back a year because that was 2021. We signed up for
Yes.
In
White Oak
2020. Saladino was doing a retreat at White Oak Pastures, and that's just up the road from us, maybe a 5-hour drive. So excited to do that. And I don't know if you recall, there was something going on later on in the summertime. I want to say it was in Boulder, and it was specifically a carnivore con.
Oh man, yeah, that was legendary.
And it's so, of course, all those got canceled. And as soon as things opened up, it's like, all right, we're going.
Well, and the interesting thing about all that is I'd been saying to Bruce, wouldn't see the flu hit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been saying to Bruce, wouldn't it be great? We're not scuba diving.
Yeah.
For us to just travel the country, go to major cities and go to steak restaurants. And it unfolded by going to the metabolic health conferences.
Yeah, I love that.
Later, if you get into the Houston connection.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So with as our journey progressed, I went to we were looking for a primary care physician in the area.
Yes.
And dealing with their limited knowledge, lipids specifically. And I saw an opportunity to go ahead and get an order for a coronary calcium scan, and have the insurance take care of it. And I was able to get that from my doctor. That was 2 years ago. Yeah, coming on 2 years ago, the end of this month. And my CAC score was 65. I mean, I lived life, and I think it was 65 at the time. It was 67 now. And but the radiologist noted a possible lytic lesion on my vertebrae. And it's like, that's strange. What does that mean? I said, that sounds kind of like cancer. And so I went to the doctor for him to go over that. And we talked about the CAC score.
And before that happened, we weren't able to find doctors in our area that we could communicate with. I had a doctor that I thought, a primary physician, that I thought was good. But after 3 months, and the blood work showed how much I had improved, I stopped taking Zoloft, metformin, 2 blood pressure medicines, and get off a sleep apnea machine. And my primary physician said, no, you need to keep taking the medicines because there's something good in them. No way. No. Oh, of course, the other big one was the statin.
Yeah.
And even a current cardiologist here trying to push the statin will not do it. And Bruce went to the primary physician I was going to, and they damn near got in a fight.
Oh, yeah. So that was the one. It's like, Buzz, what's going on? And it's like, okay, I can't deal with this. And so then we found another one that was more in our lane, but still he had to pay his bills, and I guess.
And all of that led up to us meeting the most incredible Cybus.
Dr. Cybus. So we see him
primary.
We see him twice a month.
This will be
twice a year.
Twice a year.
Yeah.
Amazing. He can just take that blood work and tell your life story. So that's
that
was the first
lead up to this. So Cybus knew what was going on in I kept him informed of everything. Went to subsequent scans. Even I'll say the PET scan wasn't very conclusive. And typically you hear that if they light up, it's, you know it. And if there's any cancerous lesions, well, there was something on my T11 vertebrae. And it was so vague that the neurosurgeon they sent me to said, come back in 3 months and we'll test you later. But he got on the phone with another radiologist. They looked at it and they said, no, come in, we'll do a biopsy, a needle biopsy. So, and it was metastatic melanoma, and only one lesion. They could barely see it. In hindsight, I'm saying this, and I shared with Cybus, and I also shared with Dr. Berry. I really think that it was in the process of shrinking when it was just.
Yeah, I wonder.
Because I'd been eating.
Yeah.
3 years low carb, asymptomatic, really hadn't had any issues at all back there. It's like, no, this must be mistaken. So I let Cybus know, and he said, go to either Sloan Kettering or MD Anderson, and we chose MD Anderson
In Houston.
to go there.
Oh, yeah.
And they put together a plan. We're able to freely travel. It was discussed about us doing the same treatment they would prescribe here, and then just going out there every 3 months for scans. And I said, no, I said, we're going to do the whole thing every month. So every month from March 2023 until the following year, we did once a month for the immunotherapy, and 6 months in. By the way, of course, I was doing the he's looking at me to say something. I was doing the fasting. I tweaked my macros to really get into the therapeutic ketosis, fasting around my infusions, and going out to Texas and enjoying barbecue and steaks.
And
Yeah.
steak restaurants.
Yes.
I was gonna say, you guys made weekends out of that. Yeah, I heard some good stories of some great steaks while you guys were out.
Steak restaurants.
And
And the people.
Yeah.
Do you know Elijah Rouge?
Oh, of course. We've hosted him on the show twice. We've got to meet him for the first
okay.
time earlier this year. He's great.
He met up with us at least 4 times.
Yeah.
And we found this incredible restaurant, The Taste of Texas. And we've become friends with the owner,
Yeah.
Nina Hindi.
Yeah.
And there were 7 of us in this eating realm that met up there. Eli joined us. Oh, yeah.
Christy Az.
And her son.
And her son.
Doug Reynolds.
And Pam
Amazing.
Devine. Yeah.
No, and the divine Pam.
Yeah.
And we have photos of it. And Nina came and joined us. But that's what Houston became.
Yeah.
It became restaurants and the food.
And meeting folks. Yeah.
And the people in the elevators, in the hallways, in the waiting rooms. And the real sad thing about it is seeing the children balding with Coca-Colas in their hands and bags of Doritos.
Yeah.
And this is at MD Anderson.
Yeah.
With 5 major universities.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Okay, so I want to park that for a second. I want to come back to the cancer. I've got several questions about that. My mom passed away of breast cancer. This is 20 years ago. So same thing. We would bring her either Jamba juices or the Starbucks apple cider pumped with caramel, warm sugary drinks during chemo. So not the best, right? But we know better now.